Oh yeah.
And I'm pretty sure we're live. So, hey
Yep.
everybody, it's Scarlet, and we have Melody and
Yay.
Anthony. He's our extra special guest. It's the first time we've had him on. Um, so basically, today I'm just so extra super excited today. But today we are going to be talking kind of like about one of the more mysterious life topics, right? Divine timing, because not everybody really understands or believes in divine timing or what some people call fate or even destiny. But definitely the three of us, I mean, literally at the same time have all experienced divine timing and fate. Like, that's actually how we met each other, literally. Like, I mean, how I met Melody was literally just like divine timing, and it just so happened she was the first person that I actually got to know when I started, my my online business, and I'd gone to my first event. She was the first person I got to meet, and I'll let them share their stories about how they met. Well, we all kind of met each other in a weird succession, but um, so yeah, most people don't always believe in it, but we very much believe in divine timing and fate, because it really brought us to where we are for exactly at this very moment right now. If it wasn't for all of that happening, I would have never met Melanie, which means I probably wouldn't have met Anthony, and so on and so forth. Yeah, we're kind of all woven together now. And so the first person on our panel that would like to give a share would probably be Melody. So, Melody, take it away.
All right. Hello there, love bugs. I just wanted to say and just share that, I mean, throughout my life, there's been so many incidences of divine timing, especially actually going to this one particular event, which I became closer to Scarlet with and met Anthony. It was pretty amazing because at first, I literally just got back from a trip, actually two trips. This would be the third trip, and I was not planning on going at all. I was actually very resistant to the idea. And I actually have a whiteboard that I wrote, just keep going, keep loving, breathing, believing, doing all this stuff. And it was particularly for the online business that I'm in. And so I was like, no, I'm not going. I just spent like X amount of money, and I literally just came back from a different country like a week before. And so I thought I'd made my thought, and bam, out of nowhere, it's not windy, that sign falls right in front of me. I'm like, okay, I think that's a sign that I should go. So I reluctantly but understood that I had to purchase my ticket, and so I did. And, it was very interesting, the events that actually happened while I was there. Um, from becoming closer to Scarlet and just really connecting on a even spiritual level, and all these amazing miraculous things happen, to like connecting with people like Anthony and our other man friend, man child, Mark Dayton, how we just bonded. And I mean, just the events, like how everything unfolded and how it continually unfolds is just miraculous. But you'll understand if you pay attention to the rest of the story how everything is miraculously woven and in divine timing. So take it away.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Um, yeah, basically, I didn't even think I was gonna make it to Charlotte, and it was kind of a random occurrence to even buy my ticket, and then it was coming up to the day before the event. It was like the 25th, and the event started the 26th, and I just didn't have a way to get down there, and I didn't know that I was going to get down there, and everyone had been telling me, don't go, you can't get down there. And I just eventually decided I gotta go. No matter what, I gotta make it. and I had some gas in my gas tank, but I didn't have enough money to get down there, and I just posted on Facebook, look, I'm going to Charlotte. If I, you know, it's it's gonna happen, so if anyone can help me out, that would be great. And a friend I hadn't seen since 2008 said, Anthony, I got $50 for you, just come get it. And I was like, okay. Drove there, and then it was just kind of a very last minute unplanned thing, and I got down there and just happened to meet Scarlet in the line. And because I met Scarlet, I was able to meet Melody and so many other amazing people at the event. And without them, it just wouldn't have been the same. It was them and that connection that I made with them, that divine timing of just being in the right place in line for Scarlet to see my story. And I'm just very grateful for that.
Yeah, so let me jump in here a little bit. So while we were standing in line, and I had never met Anthony or anything, and he was like a few people in front of me, and he was just telling his story about how he got here, and he wasn't even 100% sure how he was going to get home, and he didn't have a place to stay, and he was planning on just sleeping in his car, and I was just like, holy cow, this guy is like awesome. He's like fully committed to like his business, and he is here and he is serious. Like, this guy is no joke. And I was like, that guy is going to succeed, because there is something special about knowing that you are literally running on fumes, but you're still committed to your dream so much that you refuse to give up on yourself and what you truly believe in. And I was just like, holy smokes. And I didn't really even think anything of it. And I had I was just amazed. And then, we all, registered, and I didn't see him. And then I had went to Walmart with two other ladies that I had actually met. And then when I had gone in and I came out, and Miss Charity, which is one of the ladies that I was went to Walmart with, she was talking to Anthony, and I was just like, oh man, I remember that guy. That guy is that guy that's going to plan on staying in his car. And he was just telling, Miss Charity about how he didn't have like a place to stay. And I was just all like, wait, hold on a minute. And so I had text messaged one of the guys that's a part of our team, and he had actually posted on Facebook, maybe I think the day before or a few days before, that they were looking for more roommates. And I was just all like, hey, so I texted him, and, I asked him, would it be okay, to give Anthony your number? And sure enough, they ended up connecting. They worked something out, and then Anthony had a place to stay. And, this is just stuff like I would just do for just about anybody, but it made like such an impact on Anthony that later that evening, he had come and he had said, that he was like super thankful. And I was just thinking to myself, it wasn't really anything. And I didn't realize that, you can do something really small and it literally changes somebody else's path like phenomenally. And it really puts them in alignment with where they're supposed to be going, and then our relationship, between me, Anthony, Melody, Melody had mentioned Mark, we all got to know each other a whole lot better, and, Anthony got to be a part of behind the scenes in at that last live event, and now he's got like a free VIP ticket, and he's going to be meeting us in Orlando next month, which we're so super excited to see. But Anthony, he's committed, and that's the thing. It's not just about being in the right place and the right time. It's you also have to be the right person in the right place at the right time, because somebody else could have been saying that story, and it just could have not have resonated with me, or it's not even just about being in the right place at the right time. It's also being that right person, because I think Anthony is such a phenomenal person, and he deserves to be heard and known by the masses, because let me tell you, this guy has been through some things. And in some of our future webinars, maybe we can get him to share some of those things with you guys. But you know not everybody understands that there's a certain level of dedication you have to have in anything. Anthony definitely has that. And in that same way, me and Melody, we've been like working really hard to get get our get our business technical stuff up and running, where we've been struggling. And then I came upon the most stroke of genius idea today, and I was like, oh my god, why don't we just like hire Anthony to do it? And I was telling Anthony about it over phone, and he was like, oh my god, that makes so much sense, right? And then right now, like, that's a complete divine timing and fate thing for both of us, because we were struggling this whole past week with trying to figure out how we're going to get it to work. And then here's Anthony, who has the skills and the ability to help us make it work. And I was just like, psh, right? I wouldn't have that option today to even think of that as an option had I not met Anthony initially, or even overheard his story, because he wasn't even telling me the story. Mind you, I was just being nosy and hearing what he was telling somebody else. If it wasn't even for that moment, I wouldn't be able to be here with Anthony and Melody here on this webinar tonight talking about fate and divine timing. It's all like, it's literally coming into succession, from it being one thing and it pinged to the next and it pinged to the next and pinged to the next. And then, I mean, even the same thing with Melody. Literally, like, I met Melody when we were in Seattle at my very first Empower Network event, and she was the very first person that I spoke to. And, like, I stood there and talked to her for maybe about, like, an hour, or maybe even more than that.
Almost.
And I think for the majority of the time, I was just standing there and talking to her, and and she made me feel really at ease and comfortable, because I mean, being around a whole lot of people is not my forte. Melody can vouch for that. That is just not my jam. And it's not that I don't like people. It's just, it's an energy thing, to be honest with you. It's an energy thing. We'll get more into that in one of our future webinars as well. But she made me feel so comfortable. She was like, oh, you need water, or you want to come with me to the bathroom, just making me feel at ease. And I'm so thankful for that, because that actually was the start of, like, the path down our relationship. And like, literally linking it back to this event in Charlotte that we had, she calls me maybe about like a few weeks, or maybe only a couple weeks before the event was actually going to, about a week and a half before, and we had only talked once, I think, in between when we left Seattle, and that time she had called me to have lunch, and she was like, oh, hey, can we meet up, or you want to have lunch? And then so we ended up having lunch, and then that kind of just like solidified things. Like, it just kind of hooked it all in, and I was so excited she was gonna go. Well, she was still kind of on the fence, but I knew she was gonna go.
That's the divine we'll get to.
Oh yeah, that's that extra special stuff. That's for one of our next webinars. But yeah, so after we get to Charlotte, that just pinged the line of events with Melody that I can't even begin to explain, like, how much I love this girl. But like, it really, really solidified our relationship as friends, and we spent a ridiculous amount of time together, and we stayed up at like till ridiculous hours, like almost every single day. Woke up almost being late to all the event days. It was terrible.
Yeah, it was gnarly. Like, I mean, going to bed at 9 o'clock in the morning when the event started at 1 in the afternoon the first day, and then still not learning your lesson and going to bed at like 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning. Not a good thing, but
I mean,
it was good times.
it was so fun. But I think about it, and it hadn't it been for Melody actually reaching out to me in Seattle, then literally that it was fate right there, that we were supposed to meet at that specific time, that literally led me to everything, to this moment right here today. Like literally, Anthony is there because I was being nosy in the line, and Melody is right there because she was like, "Hey," and then she started chatting me up, and we talked about makeup and all kinds of random things, and now she knows more about me than I care to let anybody know.
Vice versa, I think the three of us, really,
Yeah.
and it's just so amazing. It just goes to show you, like, you can just, I mean, meet people in your life and just feel so comfortable and so close and be so vulnerable with them because
Mhm.
it's for a divine reason, and maybe you don't know that reason now. Maybe it'll unfold later and everything will make sense. But I can definitely agree and say yes for the three of us that it's definitely been this intertwining, just divine timing and connection, and I'm so glad to have met Anthony and Scarlet definitely, and there's just such beautiful and amazing people, so it's like ingredient of listening to yourself and your intuition, you know, yep, divine timing, mix that in there, and the right people, right time, and I'm telling you, it's just amaze balls.
So you wanna take the divine timing and fate thing up a notch, right? So had it not have been for our decision of clicking the link below a video at some point,
Yeah.
we all three of us wouldn't be here. So that's another thing you have to keep in mind. Every single person who sees this video is meant to see it. So even though you're like, no, this is all fake, this is BS, this is a scam, this and that, you can say whatever you want. But literally, these two people who are on this webinar with me tonight, some of the most important people in my existence right now. So I mean, like, it's pretty powerful stuff. You make a decision, and things just start to happen, and everything is literally just kind of placed in you at the exact moment they're supposed to. Like, Anthony, he was going through some things, and it was really kind of, miraculous that what he had seen before he had left his house was like me and Melody's names that day, and maybe Anthony would like to share that story, or maybe save it for a later webinar. That's completely up to him. But I mean, it's literally, it kind of ties everything back around. Because had he not met me and Melody in this event, seeing our names wouldn't have had any impact.
Right, exactly.
And also, the thing that Anthony's gone through is something that Scarlett and I myself have gone through too, So it's just like, ah, it's,
So we got a lot of insight there.
you know, miraculous.
So I am just feel very thankful, and I feel very blessed to be in the presence of such greatness, and it's pretty amazing how you get to cultivate all of these magnificent people once you make a good decision for yourself, right? Some people could say, joining something like Empower Network is stupid, or it doesn't make any sense, or you won't really make any money off of it. That's only because your attitude says that, right? Anything you actually say and you actually do, will define the difference between you succeeding and failing. I mean, even though Anthony doesn't necessarily have all the resources he needs, I literally just pulled a rabbit out of my hat this morning that literally put him right back on the map. It's like, and I was like, wait a minute. And then my head went, poof. I was like, oh my gosh. And the ideas just started flowing in. And I was like telling Anthony, and Anthony's like, oh my God, yeah, that's a good idea. And I was just like, oh my God, I can't believe it. And literally, if it would have probably happened maybe a little bit earlier, it wouldn't have felt like such an impactful moment when I had told him that. And, you know, it's literally like the timing of each of these things are happening in this order for, you know, our divine life purposes. Straight up. So, I mean, Anthony, have anything else you want to share? You know, you just...
Just that the timing, I mean, like you said, each little puzzle piece comes together at its perfect timing, and you know, it's like you said, had it been brought up before, it may not have had that same impact. But now with the places that each of us are at and the relationships and the conversations that we've been able to have, it's that timing has been so crucial that, you know, just like the meeting you guys and having people to connect with at the Charlotte event, that timing was so important. And the being open, it's not just about, you know, the right timing, but having the right people and being open to it, because if you're not open, you know, it cuts you off from all those good timing things happening for you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, you know, if you guys are, you know, curious to see what it is that actually brought all of us together, you know, below this video on YouTube, it's definitely going to be posted below. We'll have a link below the video so you can check out what it is exactly that we do. But I can tell you this, it is the most phenomenal thing that's happened in my life thus far.
Mine too.
Yeah, I have a lot of breakthroughs myself.
It's I mean, me and Melody, we sing our praises to, you know, our business every single time we get on our webinar, but there is a reason why we do that. There is literally a reason why. And it's not something that can be explained to you. It's something that you have to experience for yourself. And like I said, there is a reason why you are going to watch this video. It's because you are meant to be here and you are meant to see this video exactly at the right time. So trust your intuitions and just go with it.
For sure.
And also, if any of you guys are looking for an amazing IT guy, Anthony, why don't you share your information to these amazing people, because he is so awesome.
My information.
Yeah.
They can hit you up on Facebook or email.
Yeah, I mean, just I've always loved technology and just being able to help people. And the name of my company was Tech Sidekick, because it's not just about, you know, you helping you with technology, but it's really about making you the hero of the technology and me helping you and being that sidekick for you. And I feel like that's what I can really be for Melody and Scarlet.
Yeah, and I'm excited.
I am, so like I can't stop smiling, dude. Like
I know. Oh man, I miss you, Anthony.
I know, I miss you guys too.
we are literally less than a month away before we get to be reunited together, along with our friend Mark, who I really am working on trying to get him on a hangout, but we just gotta make sure he's got a good internet connection there. But definitely, you know, if you guys want to check us out here, you can click the link below. Anthony, I'll probably put his information underneath as well if you want to try and get in contact with Anthony as well. If you guys are looking for an IT guy, he's definitely somebody you will definitely want to work with.
Yeah.
He has a heart of gold, and he is quick as a whip, boy, let me tell you. All right, so anybody got any last things before I wrap this up?
I just say, don't listen to this, listen to this, your heart. And just sometimes just there's going to be people who are going to tell you certain things too, but really if you can just tune into the vibration of your own heart and your own beliefs, because things like that never lead you astray. And I mean, if it wasn't for that thing falling, or it was just like, oh, should I go, should I not, it's like bam, or little things like Scarlet and Anthony standing in line, and just things happen for a reason. Not every little thing, but when it's divine, it really truly does. And I
it
mean,
shows itself.
yeah,
It shows itself.
because the three of us have a bond that I didn't even get to share with people I've known like way longer, and I've known you guys for 2, 3 months.
Right.
It's pretty amazing stuff, and so um, tune in to that frequency and that vibration, and just be open to good.
Absolutely. And then we'll put our information below. You can connect with us on Facebook as well. We're more than happy to chat with anybody who has questions or wants to know more about us or Anthony. So we'll put our information below. Also, we'll put in the link so you can see exactly what it is that we do, and we will definitely see you guys on the other side, or join us for some more future hangouts, because we got a lot of good stuff to talk about. You guys have a wonderful, beautiful day.
Love you guys.